All right, let's get to Craig Berube on Nick Robertson.
I think, Robbie, it's effort, right? If you look back and before he scored that goal, he had 2 big blocks in our zone. Just his speed and his shot are dangerous, obviously, but his work ethic drives everything for me with him. He had good puck touches.
Now it's Robbie.
Robbie's in.
Didn't he always call Robbie?
I don't know.
A lot of
I have
Nick.
no idea. That's the first I've heard of it.
Yeah,
Maybe he's warming up to him because I don't think he's a.
Maybe we just didn't
He
play
was-
Nick Robertson clips.
In the past, he's portrayed not being the biggest fan of Nick Robertson. I think he's warming up to him.
Shoot it in the net and win some games, right? They're 3-1 since Robertson's been there. I think that probably helps.
I think on a team that we've talked about in here multiple times that lacks maybe some jam, some energy, I think when you throw him over the boards, regardless of what you want to say about him, he's trying out there.
Yeah.
He looks like he's skating fast. He's trying to run into people. If the puck lands on his stick in the sweet spot, you know what can happen. So you
just
get it.
wonder if he doesn't feel the desperation of like, I'm going to play 12 minutes. I have to get my goals right now. If he's playing more, if maybe he can make the odd pass too and look up a little bit and relax.
All right, some skill in Cowan and Robertson, and also Sammy Blaze.
I like this guy way too much. I know he's been in the league. I know I've seen him play hockey before, but 2 games, 10 hits, goal, assist.
Yeah, that's the one that Berube remembered, I think, in St. Louis.
Yeah, he made a pass to Domi. He got a touch, a stretch pass from the D zone. He one-touched it out to the wall to Domi, who was streaking and hit Yarncroc back door. And it's like, that's a NHL one-touch to a streaking teammate. Like,
Yeah.
And his hits hurt guys. He's not doing the, Nick Robertson's actually 5th on the team in hits per game over the past 2 years. That's not the same hit as what Sammy Blaze doing. So I like him. Skates better than I thought he did.
So interesting. If you look at the lines there on your lineup, that they had McMahon not in the lineup tonight. They asked Berube about that at practice, and he said, "Nah, it's not for sure. Like I got to make some decisions tonight
So
before
right
the
now,
game
Blaze
starts."
is Domi and Yarncroc.
Yeah, but I don't know what the decisions are. Maybe it's Nylander, but Nylander said he's good to go.
I think he's good to go.
So
Yeah, they'll probably take out Michelli.
Oh, do you think they will?
Yeah.
Jelly, eh?
Yeah. I don't think he's getting his nose dirty enough. He's not getting into areas. He hasn't progressed like a Cowan or Robertson right now, and I think he needs a night off.
What's really fun for this group is, Lawton is coming back probably this week. Lorentz is coming back probably this week. Nylander's back tonight. Real competition to stay in the lineup. And you're going to see guys like Bobby McMahon come out. Now, McMahon has 0 points in his last 8 games. And that's in a spot where they've put him up in the top 2 lines and said, this is your opportunity. I compared it in business. There's something called the Peter Principle, where everyone gets promoted up to a job where they're over or underqualified for, and that's where they stay. They did that with McMahon, AHL, NHL. They kept promoting him. And that top line, it's pretty clear he's not that guy, is he? He's not a 19, 20-minute a night forward. So now you can say, okay, we can correct that, which you can't do in business, and say, put him back down.
These skilled guys,
good parallel.
Thank you.
Wherever they come from, and Michelli, you need power play, and that's where Cowan, they're hoping, will be another shot of confidence for him. But we said this even when we first heard about Michelli being traded. Where do you think Willie Nylander's coming off on a power play that you're going to go then and get some points here? You're going to have to score 15, 20 goals, 5-on-5, and that ain't easy, right? You look at Austin, one of the best shooters in the world, and he just had his first 5-on-5 goal, did he not? Or
No, second.
second?
Yeah.
Okay. It's hard,
Yeah.
and he's been one of the best at it. I think he had his 300th Saturday night, which is the most in history, but he's battling hard still. I mean, it's hard for these guys to come in and produce if you're not getting power play time.
Well,
and Robertson's battled too, and he's been managing 15 goals.
Do you want to hear what Berube has to say about McMahon? Because he talked about McMahon today at the morning skate. If you want to hear it. Or do you care?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I do care.
Okay, let's go to clip 8, please.
Well, for me, from Bobby, like I saw early on, I saw the player I wanted to see. I thought he was very aggressive. He was physical, winning his battles and doing things like that and getting scoring opportunities. I thought it's dipped off a little bit. So it's just about a mindset for me with him. He's playing a little too safe at times, and he needs to play more aggressively and do what we need to what we need out of him.
What's hard for McMahon is Berube has a clear picture of what he wants him to be, and then McMahon has a clear picture of what he's been, and they don't jive.
So the one thing
100%.
every time I think about McMahon is I go earlier, few years ago, to what he was before he came in to the Maple Leafs, and you knew him through your days, right?
No, he just played college hockey, and I'm
Okay.
familiar. I've read some stuff. That's all. Yep.
But the player that Berube's trying to turn him into, it doesn't come naturally to him. Is the one thing that I think you have stressed on our show.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, it's really hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get any levels of consistency because sometimes guys are really good of getting out what you're asking for at the time. But when you don't pay attention to me, then I'm taking my foot off the gas pedal.
Yeah.
And that's what happens to McMahon. He has all the tools to go out and be this straight line, hard forward checker, lean on guys, break to the net, have two guys hanging over him and be a mule to get there. But doesn't want to do it all the time.
Yeah, I think it's clear that it's there for him, and it's not who he naturally is. And so I do think that that's a tough contrast. What really stinks for him is when you have a coach that decides, the line in The Departed where he's like, there's guys who can be hit and there's guys who can't be hit. Now that there's not quite a guy who can't be hit. That's Bobby McMahon, but with scratches. It's
Yeah.
like, this is a guy that Berube has said, you can scratch it.
Yeah.
There's guys that are off limits. There's guys that we won't do it to. Bobby McMahon is unfortunately one of the guys eligible to be a whipping boy here for Berube, and he's just going to ride that roller coaster all year long. Keep the pedal down, to your point, Kip, or he's going to get the whipping. I don't know who else in this roster takes it like him. I don't think there's another name.
Robertson's been in and out.
Robertson does, but yeah, Robertson's almost exclusively getting the whip. No,
Yeah.
all stick, no carrots
Yeah,
for
yeah,
him.
yeah.
McMahon at least gets some opportunity, but yeah.
In the back half of our show, Jody Shelley will join us, former National Hockey Leaguer, in town to call the Leaf Pen game on Amazon. In terms of the Pittsburgh Penguins,